So, a lot of times I do these videos and they torment me by making me watch leftists all the time. And I finally complained. Actually, I wept. I wept and begged them to stop. The pain was too great. So this time we're going to watch some leftists getting theirs, getting owned, getting pwned, as we say. Protect yourself with the VPN I trust to keep me safe online. Visit expressvpn.com/Andrew Klavan Show, and you too will be able to pwn left. Now you won't, but no one will know where you are. That's the important thing. All right, let's watch these videos.
Are you voting for Trump?
Yep.
White supremacist.
How? How can you say that?
How can I say if you vote for Donald Trump, you're a white supremacist?
How?
How? Because you support that man in office.
That's not an argument. I'm going to need proof that makes me a white supremacist. You're going to have to break down the argument?
It's not my job to say that.
You just accused me of being a white supremacist. You should be able to back that up.
Are you voting for Donald Trump?
I sure am.
That's my proof.
Are you voting for Joe Biden?
Yes, I am.
Then you're a pedophile.
No.
Yes, you are.
A pedophile.
You're a pedophile.
How?
You like to sniff kids.
That's great. I love that. I like, what this proves beyond a shadow of a doubt is that the hot girls like Trump, right? I mean, that's what we've learned from that. I think this is a scientific experiment, and now we have enough proof that hot, attractive, nice women like Donald Trump, and all the other ones are Democrats. All right, let's watch another one.
Donald Trump said on this video that he likes kissing pretty women, and that...
You don't?
Sir, can I finish?
You like kissing ugly women?
Excuse me. Can I finish my statement, please? Thank you. I don't appreciate that either.
He forgot what he was saying because he was too busy thinking about, yes, pretty women. I do like kissing pretty women. What were we talking about? What is so wonderful about this, the reason leftists are like this, leftists are not naturally stupid. They're not low IQ people. They're actually not.
A man and a woman.
I know it's hard to believe, but they're not. But what happens is they're surrounded by an entire culture that they've taken over so that it just repeats to them the things they believe, and no one ever challenges them. If they do, they never hear it. They don't listen to the DailyWire. They don't listen to people refuting their beliefs. That's why sometimes I would watch Ben Shapiro debate them, and I just would have to hide my eyes because it was so awful. They'd never met anybody who actually disagreed with them, who could actually put forward an argument, because they don't have to put forward an argument because they own the culture. All right.
Were you anti, capitalism, you don't like people with money and like that?
Well, I mean, the thing...
Because I'm rich as
Well, I mean...
Do you think if you worked as hard as I was rich as I was, had a house in Nantucket, vacationed on the beach, had beautiful sunsets at the galley, you'd be walking around with a mask on right now?
I'm not going to betray my values for that. I'm not going to build myself up by exploiting other people's labor and, push my way to the top that way.
Have you ever been in Nantucket?
No.
Beautiful.
What the hell is he wearing a mask? Oh, maybe that was a balaclava. Maybe that wasn't like a COVID, I'm a coward mask. That was a balaclava, I'm a coward and a bully mask.
I can't see shit out of this thing.
I can see already. This is Jesse Lee Peterson, one of my favorite people. I met Jesse Lee Peterson a long time ago, when I first met him a long time ago, and interviewed him for City Journal. You can still find it. It's called A Man Alone. And he actually made me sweat. He will say exactly what he thinks at any given moment.
Wherever women are taking over, evil reigns.
Even I, who will say exactly what I think at any given moment, was sweating because I was thinking, look, oh my goodness, what is this man saying? I can't wait. Let's watch.
And how long have you been a liberal?
Probably 5 to 6 years, maybe.
And you were a conservative prior to becoming a liberal?
Very much.
And what made you become a liberal?
I got a little older, a little smarter.
Oh, you
grew out of it, yeah.
And you were tired of being a man?
I was tired of being an idiot. But
so you woke up one day, you know what? I'm tired of being a man. I want to be a liberal.
I think there are plenty of men that are liberal.
Not real men.
You really think so?
Men who are liberals are betas.
Jesse Lee Peterson, he's the greatest. If you've never seen him, you should just go on and find. Jesse will bring you on like a radio show and say, should men dominate their wives? It says in the Bible, men should dominate their wives. Why should you go like you go? He'll just do it. I've actually managed to get through interviews with him because I'll say anything as well. If I'm a 9.5 on the say anything scale, he's like a 12. So think about how much of your life is on the internet. Sadly, every site you visit, your emails, the videos you watch, messages you send get tracked and data mined. But when you run ExpressVPN on your device, the software hides your IP address. Big tech can use this to identify you personally, so ExpressVPN makes your activity harder to trace and sell to advertisers. ExpressVPN also encrypts 100% of your internet data to keep you safe from hackers and eavesdroppers on your network. What I like most about ExpressVPN is how easy it is to use. All you need to do is download the app on your phone or computer, tap one button, and you're protected. So stop handing over your personal data to the big tech monopoly that mines your activity and sells your information. Protect yourself with the VPN I trust to keep me safe online. Visit expressvpn.com/Andrew Klavan Show. That's expressvpn.com/Andrew Klavan Show to get 3 extra months free. Go to expressvpn.com/Andrew Klavan Show right now to learn more. All right, let's watch more.
Life begins when you understand living women matter more than potential babies.
What is it?
What do you mean?
If it's a potential baby, what is inside of a woman?
It's a fetus.
Is it living?
No.
How can it grow if it's not living?
Actually, that's like saying if an acorn is a tree.
When does the fetus become living?
That's actually a good question, but that line...
Yeah, of course, because you don't know it, because it's living. It's living. When does this clump of cells or fetus become living?
When it can sustain its own life.
But when is that? When is the sustainability? How do you sustain life? Like, my newborns aren't sustainable. You can't just have a newborn and they just like live on their own, right?
Right.
Look at the doubt enter. That was wonderful. It was wonderful. And the wonderful thing about it was the smugness that she started with and the look just as on that last cut, just before that last moment, when it's like this little beam of light. You know she's going to cut it off. You know it's not going to reach all the way into the brain. But you can just see the beam of light sort of piercing. She's going, what is that? It's almost like the light of truth, but I have never seen that before. It's just wonderful. The light on her face. It's, again, it's being surrounded by people who agree with you that makes you stupid. We should all be willing to debate. We should all be willing to listen to people we disagree with, because if you don't, you get to be like that. However, let's watch some more of this.
Hi, my name is Lily Tan Williams. Welcome to my Live Free or Die state. Actually, I am a Chinese immigrant who survived communism. And under Mao, 40 million people were starving to death after he sold communism to them. And 20 million people died, murdered during his Cultural Revolution. So my question to you, David, is that can you guarantee me, a gun owner tonight, our government in the U.S., in D.C., will never become a tyrannical government? Can you guarantee that to me?
There's no way I can ever guarantee that any government will not be tyrannical.
Well, then the debate on gun control is over, because I will never give up my guns. Never. And you should go to China to see how gun control works for dictatorship of CCP.
That's the guy, that's that kid who got into Harvard on the basis of the fact that he was against guns, right? So now we know how bright you have to be to get into Harvard. Not really that bright. You just have to have the right opinions, because that's all they have at Harvard, not intelligence, just opinions.
You know that only 31% of Israelis actually define themselves as of Eastern European descent, and all the rest are actually Middle Eastern descent. You're talking about the indigenousness of Israel. Do you understand that when you're saying Jews are white? Have you been to Israel?
You people don't have respect.
It's not you people. Don't discriminate. I'm a person. My name is Noah. It's not you people. Wait a second. Have you been to Israel?
No.
Okay, great. Awesome. So when you go to Israel, I get it. Do you believe? But do you believe that the Jews have a right for self-determination as a state, in a state?
Yes, of course.
Okay, great. You do believe that Israel has the right to exist?
Of course.
Great. Then you are a Zionist. Welcome. Sorry. Don't be angry. It's true.
Those sneaky Jews are always pulling off this trick of being smarter than stupid people.
I've got the facts, my money like Liz, so my pockets are fat.
That's why we can't trust them. They're smarter than stupid people. They turn your back on them for just 1 minute, and they may tell you something that's true. Got to watch them every second. All right, more.
Hey, Lance, do you think it's a good idea if this woman who's 9 months pregnant, suddenly she got bored with the pregnancy, she doesn't want to have it anymore, but the baby's viable? Do you think that's a good thing to do? I would be like, no, of course not.
Then why should it be allowed?
Because it's still her right. It's still her body.
But
bodily autonomy doesn't stop at my morality. Tim, it's not my choice.
Right?
It's not my, yes, but that's not my choice.
Why kill it? Why kill it?
That's her choice, not mine.
Why kill the baby?
Ask her.
You can give the baby up for adoption. You can drop the baby off on the doorstep of a post office.
I agree with you. I'm not disputing that.
So why legalize? Even if it's one.
Her autonomy should not be cut off based on your morality.
There's a child inside of her body.
Hold on.
Not
what about
hers.
meth?
Like, should she be allowed to do meth?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her body.
If she wants to do meth, what's the big deal?
The big deal is that she's intentionally trying to kill a child.
Hold on there a minute.
Yeah, I see where we're going.
Once again, the look in that eyes of that first piercing light of truth sort of tries desperately to enter her brain, sealed off by the culture. Look, you got to hand it to the left. You got to hand it to the left. They took over the academy. They took over Hollywood. They took over the press. And they have built this structure around people's heads where the light of truth, if it breaks through, it's got to break through with like a little pickaxe. You got to fire your way through. You know, some of us, you see the light, you go like, oh, I see the light. No. If you're on the left, you got to be hit. That beam of light has to come over with like a missile, like some kind of foreign, it's like some kind of Department of Defense weapon. But that was great, watching the way his eyes shifted to the side as he suddenly realized that everything he said and believed, all his beliefs, are untrue. Great. Is there more?
You'd date a guy who owned an AR-15?
If there's a good reason for it, yeah, sure.
Self-defense?
That is a wild gun for self-defense to own.
Wait, why is that?
Why? Yeah.
Why is that?
Why would that be a wild gun for self-defense?
Well, I mean, it seems a little extreme compared to like a...
I want to extremely defend myself if I have to.
Well, no, for like, just like, you could just get a...
Hang on, if I'm going to defend myself with a gun, the purpose of it is to terminate the other person, correct? That's what I'm defending myself for. Why would I give a shit if I had too much of an advantage? Why would I care about that? Don't I want maximum advantage?
Now, my feeling about that was like a really hot girl said she would date a guy with an AR-15, take the W, take the win. Don't pick on her, just take the win. On that note, we will stop. Don't look smug, get opinions, disagree with yours, and then look smug. And, you know, because it's a good look. If you don't want to be a stupid leftist and get pwned, like and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to The Andrew Klavan Show wherever you get your podcasts.